What's going on, guys? Been a minute, but I'm back. Headed to the track tonight. I'm gonna see if I can finally make a full pass in ShopTruck. So didn't have the best of outing last time I took it, but I wasn't disappointed in it. I can see the potential in it. I just wanted to take the truck there, shake it down, figure out what I needed to fix, figure out what was gonna break or fly off and all that good stuff. And luckily, nothing break or flew off. So I did talk about that. I noticed my traction bars moved just a little bit, so went ahead and fixed that. My anti-roll bar that you guys see me put on, man, it was pretty jank, honestly. And then it ended up hitting the bed, just like some of you said that it would. And I just didn't like it. So take a look at this. Took it out from where it was mounted up top there and moved it down to under the axle. I already had a bar welded in between there, so it kind of worked out perfect. I like it way better here. Sean thought it was pretty cool back here. I don't know why you don't see a lot of people do it like this. I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm fixing to find out. I have seen it done before. That's why I went ahead and did it. But gives me a lot more room, a lot easier to adjust. It's kind of out here in the open. And I just like it. So, and our roll bar is moved. Got it all set up. Everything's neutral here. Went ahead and fixed my bars. Let me get a light so y'all don't yell at me. Went ahead and fixed my bars. I didn't want to, but it needed to be done. Went ahead, drilled through the brackets, through the leaf spring, that leaf spring, and that dude's hard. But went ahead, got a 1/4-inch bolt in there. Set the Caltrex or the traction bars all back up. Everything's neutral here. Maybe not so much. It's kind of weird. I feel like something's in a bind there. I'll look at that before we head out. But that's really all I changed. Went ahead, put some different shock settings in it. We'll see what works. Maybe do some more adjusting while I'm at the track tonight. That's about it. I did change the shock travel sensors in front and back because the ones in the front were not long enough. So I actually just flip-flopped them. I got the 8-inch travel in the front now, got the 6-inch travel in the back. So I think everything's good there. Gonna get this thing down off the lift, back to Scout out, get the truck loaded up and head out to Thunder Valley and, man, see if I can finally get that 5-second time slip from this thing. It's been a work in progress. I feel like I deserve it. You know, not that I'm entitled or anything, but man, I want that. So see what we come up with here. If you haven't already, go ahead, click that subscribe button, like, comment, share the channel, all that good stuff. Also visit phantom405.com, get you some merch, ShopTruck, Phantom Industries, all that good stuff. But also, I'm sure you guys are aware, but if you're not, go to themurdernova.com and there's a little bit of some info about a Chevelle on there, and one of you guys could be taking that Chevelle home. So head over to themurdernova.com, read all about that. We got a lot of cool new merch over there. Check it out, get you some new merch, maybe get you a new Chevelle, and you just never know. You can't win if you don't play. So I'm gonna get this thing loaded up, head to the track. We'll see what happens tonight. Okay, so the trip to the track didn't pan out. I actually had all kinds of things that day telling me I wasn't supposed to go to the track. I was running late everywhere, took forever to do everything, had to do several things over again. Well, finally got home, got to working on the truck, make sure it was ready to go to the track, checking everything over. Got it loaded up on a trailer, went to strap it down, huge puddle of oil underneath it. Red, it's power steering fluid. Well, I had a little bitty power steering leak for a while. I actually burned the power steering pump up last time I went to the track because it ran out of fluid. Well, finally figured out what it was. This line right here, I'm guessing it was this side of it. The fitting broke finally. So dumped all the oil out of it. So I had to unload it, bring it back in here to the shop. I didn't have another line like that. But what I did have was a 16-foot nitrous feed line, which worked out perfect enough to get the truck loaded up and go to the track. So got it hooked onto my rack, hooked up to the power steering pump, filled it back up with fluid, loaded it on the trailer, headed to the track. Got to the track, unloaded the truck. Hillbilly come over, said, hey man, don't go out there. It's starting to get slick already, and we're going to close it in about 30 minutes. So that was enough of a sign for me to just go ahead and let it go. So I loaded it back up, and that was that. So on the way home from Vegas, decided, hey, I need to get this thing lined out. So today I've got the track rented, and we're going to try to run some fives with this thing finally. So stupid dogs. So about to load this thing up and head out to Thunder Valley and just make pass after pass after pass until we get this thing where I want it, or at least close. So fire this thing up, let it warm up. Trailer's hooked up, load this thing on the trailer. We're going to head south and get this show rolling. All right, made it. Out here at Thunder Valley Raceway Park. Nice day. Not too cold, not too hot. We're ready to go. So ShopTruck is unloaded, warmed up, and as soon as they tell me that the track is ready to go, I'm going to send this deal. So I hope today is the day that I finally get my 5-second pass. So if this thing will just go, it'll run the number. There's no doubt in my mind. So it just needs to go. So we'll find out here shortly. As soon as they get this track ready, I'll put it down through there.
Good video, eh?
Trying. God, that had to be it. Had to be it. $5.59 is what the draggy says. Finally did it. Finally got my legit 5-second pass, and we didn't just run 590s or 580s or even 570s. This thing went 557 at 129 miles an hour at 16 pounds of boost. That's pretty cool. Honestly, that's the tune-up that I had made for this deal. That's about what I figured it would run, and it did it. I figured it'd go somewhere in the 560s. So to go ahead and run 557, that's pretty cool. Hillbilly's got the track amazing out here, so that definitely helps as well. That'll look good. I am trying to go quicker to the 60 foot. It went 140 flat. I'm trying to go in the 120s at least. So Sean got a hold of the laptop, looked everything over, made a few changes here and there, and about to go see what this deal will do now. So stick around. yes. 530s, baby. We did it. 530s in a full-size truck. I know a lot of people have done it. Look, I never have though. I'm proud. I did all the work on this truck myself, and so far nothing has fallen off of it, which is also a big deal. So get it home, look it over, make sure nothing's breaking or fixing to fall off and all that good stuff. But man, we made 6 total passes. The first one, I forgot to turn the CO2 on so it didn't shift. I dumped out of it early. And man, it 60 footed good, everything. So we didn't change the tune-up at all that time. Turned the CO2 on, went up there, and it went to 559 or whatever it was. So Sean took over on the laptop, just kept plugging away at it, and man, ended up with that 530 sighting was 536 at 134, almost 135 mile an hour in a full-size truck. Granted, I have taken a bunch of weight off this thing, but it's still 3,800 pounds or so with me in it. So she's still a big girl. But man, I am stoked. That is so cool. I've been trying to run 5s with this truck for damn near 10 years. Well, 7 years. I got the truck in 2018. And obviously my first goal was to run a 9-second pass in it. Did that fairly easily, and then we moved on to trying to run 5s. And man, I've struggled and blown this thing up and caught it on fire and blown it up again and everything in between. And to finally come out here and make it happen, man, it's very cool. I'm very, very proud, very happy with it. And I can't thank everyone that has believed in me enough to be a part of this deal. So all them stickers back there, every one of these guys had some part in helping me build my dream truck. So I can't thank any of them enough. Very, very cool. But right now I'm going to do something that I don't get to do very often, and that is drive the truck on the trailer and then take it home and pull it in my shop under its own power. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Head home, and we'll go over some data when I get there, show y'all what it took to get there and all that good stuff. All right, made it home. Actually, it's the next day. Sean had my laptop and he took it home, and I didn't go to the shop after I left the track. So it's Friday night, home from work. Been on the dyno with the Gray Chevelle that we're giving away all afternoon. That thing made some power. I couldn't believe the kind of power it made. So there'll be a video on that on 187 here pretty soon. But anyways, let's look at some data from ShopTruck, what it took to go 530s in a full-size truck. Let's start with the very first pass, and I'm going to explain to you what I changed from the first outing at the track to now. So basically, we weren't making huge changes, and I'm cool with that. Because like I said, one thing I didn't have to do yesterday was abort one single run. And for a guy like me who doesn't get to make a ton of passes, that's huge. So, every pass has to count. And, man, I can't thank Sean enough for taking the time to come out and help me with this deal. So, really, like I said, really all we were changing, we were basically just giving it more engine RPM early so that it would 60 foot better. We slowly kept removing the launch retard, which basically not really adding timing, but not making it pull as much timing off of the button. So hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense to me. I apologize if, like I said, I'm not good at really explaining things, but hopefully you can kind of understand what's going on here. So each time we did that resulted in about, we'll get the data logs pulled up here. So, from T2 to T3, we picked up 300ths to the 330, which resulted in about a 500ths ET gain at the 8th mile. So, we went from a 557 to a 552. And then from T3 to T4, we picked up another 300ths to the 330, which was another 500ths at the 660, 547. And then from there, we picked up another 300ths to the 330, but then we picked up 600ths to the 660 because we were adding boost. So, there we went 543. And then on the next one, I don't have my slip in front of me for the T6, for the 530. I do know that we went a 536 out the back. So we picked up 700s there. And then, like I said, I don't remember what the 330 was on that one. I would imagine we picked up somewhere around 300 to 500s at the 330. So, like I said, wasn't a lot of huge changes in here. The big changes were probably on the truck. Like I said, tighten up the front shocks, loosen the rear shocks, and the track was amazing. So a combination of all that stuff led me to running a 530 and a 3,850 pound full size truck. So again, I'm stoked. I'm happy. This is, whenever I started tearing this truck down in 2023, my goal was I wanted to run some 530s. Actually, I wanted to run some 550s, and then the Lil Gangstas deal kind of came about, and my goal changed to 530s. So that's what I wanted to do. Honestly, I thought we might struggle a little bit more to get there. I've always kind of struggled with this truck. I've blown this truck up so many times. I've struggled with it. So we'll just leave it at that. I can't thank everyone enough that has taken a part in helping me build my dream truck. Like I showed y'all all those stickers on the back glass. Every one of those people have been a huge part in helping me achieve this, and I can't thank them enough. So I don't know. I mean, mission accomplished. I left my house yesterday, and I told myself, if we can go out here and run some 550s, I'll be happy. But honestly, ultimately, my goal was to run that 530, and man, we did it. So it's awesome. Again, thanks to Sean for coming out, taking the time, working a laptop for me. And, Trucker Matt was there helping with advice and making sure everything was good to go on the truck, checking my tires, making sure that my catch cans were drained and valves closed, which I did forget to close one of the valves one time. It was pretty cool. Mallory, she was out there getting video for me, getting pictures. She got ton of cool pictures of the truck. I appreciate that. So really, like I said, just everyone that's had any kind of involvement in this, thank you very much. Seeing what it ran, man, I'm thinking crazy numbers now, because that, honestly, that is my best 60 foot in the truck. Before that I had been a 137, but I didn't make it past that. I didn't even make it to 330. I think truck ended up spinning shortly after the 60 foot. So we did go 135. That is fast for this heavy of a truck. But honestly, I know this thing will go low 120, 60 foots. I know it will. We just got to make it do it. And honestly, I don't think 60 foots are out of the question either. It's just a matter of getting out there, figuring out what the truck likes. I did figure out the front shocks are a little bit too loose on the extension. These are the QA1 mod shocks, so it's a fairly simple problem to fix. They make little valve packs basically that you unbolt the ones that are on there, bolt new ones on. I do have some ordered. I'll show you how that works whenever they come in. I think the truck will work great on no prep stuff or street style stuff, if I ever choose to do that the way that it currently is. But I think to go fast like I want to on a prep track like we were on yesterday, it's going to need tighter shocks and probably some travel limiters. It doesn't need all that travel for that good of a track. It looks cool, makes for cool pictures. But on that kind of track, I don't need that stuff. So that's some changes that I will make over the winter. I also want to put a motor plate on this thing. I want to get rid of power steering, put a manual rack on it. Other than that, I'm just going to race this thing anywhere I can. I'm actually, like I said, it's Friday night. I just got done going over the truck, making sure everything was good, nothing was about to fall off, because I am going racing at Tulsa tomorrow. They're having a, it's a front side no prep-ish deal, I guess. And there's several classes. There's a tailgate class, there's a true street class, there's several index classes, including a 530. I thought there was a 580 index that I really wanted to get into. I don't know if they removed that or I was just dreaming, but I'm either going to have to slow this thing way down and go 6.0 or see if I can run 530s on a not greatly prepped track. So I don't know. I'll make a decision when I get there. I would like to enter the tailgate class, but man, I can't run with those guys. They're S10s and Loves and Cody Hoffman with his truck. I ain't got nothing for him just yet. So I'm going to get in where I fit in. I'm going to race this thing as much as I can, while I can. So, you know, we got, so there's the race I'm going to this weekend, tomorrow, and then next week at XRP is a big truck fest, which is what we took the 55 to last year. I'm trying to go down to it too. It is at XRP. It is a fully prepped track. I know I can run 530s there, but there's also a 580 index. I might get in that. I don't know yet. For sure a 580 index at that one. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for following along. Running a 5-second pass in this truck has been a huge goal of mine. Ever since I've got it back in 2018. We finally did it, and then to be able to accomplish my next goal of running 530s, totally awesome. And then I also joined the 8-second club, which was very, very cool. I ran my first 9-second pass in 2019, May 17th, 2019, and now November 13th, 2025, I dropped her down into the 8-second club. Pretty cool stuff, man. I'm proud of myself. Like I built this. I did the, you know, it's not like I did a ton of fabrication on this thing, but I welded a bunch on this stuff. I welded a bunch of stuff on this truck. I wired this truck. Like I'm proud of myself. You know what? You know, it's not the Murder Nova. It's not blue. It's nothing like that. But it's my Murder Nova. You know what I mean? Like this is my thing. This is what I take pride in. So I'm happy for it. And man, I can't wait to make it faster because I know it's going to be. But anyways, I appreciate you guys following along. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Share the channel with your buddies. I'm going to try to race this thing as much as I can this winter while we're home before we head out to Winter Series. And then when we come home from Winter Series, just wherever I can. It's ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to race it. Visit my website, get you a ShopTruck shirt. I got plenty of them. I need to get rid of some of these. Phantom405.com. They're actually on sale right now, like $25 or $30 or something like that. But anyways, head over, get you some merch, get you a hat, get you a sticker. Help me keep going fast, guys. Gonna do some stuff with the S10 this winter that I talked about in a couple videos ago. I still got that ATM carburetor that I need to get put on here. I got a new fuel pump from Aeromotive that needs to go on. Like I got a bunch of stuff I need to do to the S10. I need to get it rolled back in the shop here and get busy on it. So plenty to do this winter while we're home. So stick around. Next video will be me trying to actually compete with ShopTruck. So stick around for that. Catch you on the next video, and we'll see you then, guys.